Hi, this is Heather. Welcome to my channel. Today I've got 4 do-it-yourself crafts, and we're going to start off here with number 1, which is going to be some sunflowers in a cute rustic can. So you're going to need 2 tin cans that are washed out, and you're going to need 2 images. Now I happen to get these. They're the little images on the back of the calendars. And this is one of the new ones for 2022. A wonderful friend of mine sent me 3 of them that I couldn't find here. And so I thought I'd use these off the backs so we don't waste anything. So I'm gluing these on. First I'm putting just some hot glue around them, and I'm also putting some E6000 because it's very easy for the hot glue to pop off. So I put the other glue down so that it sticks really well. The hot glue will hold it temporarily while the other dries, because after we get these all dried, I'm going to get all the little glue pieces off, and then we're going to start painting. I'm using Nutmeg, which is an apple barrel paint color, just an acrylic. And I'm just going to start with the paintbrush, and I'm going to dab on any place where I want there to look like rust. Now I kind of want most of the can to look rusty because y'all know me and I like things rustic or vintage or distressed. That's how I like them. So I'm just going around mostly the edges of the image and the edges of the can, and I'm just dabbing on this rust. Now if you just paint it, it's going to look a little streaky, but if you dab it, it helps make it look more like rust. Or if you want to just paint the whole can whatever color you want, you can do that too. You don't have to make it look rusty like this one. So I'm just kind of going back and forth and dabbing on the glue, and it dries really quickly on the tin, so I didn't need to use the dryer or anything. Just gave it about 5 or 10 minutes and it was good to go. Now when that got done, I took some foam, some floral foam, and I'm gluing it in the bottom of these cans so that I can stick the florals in them. And it was kind of hard to see at the angle I was at, so I didn't include it in the video. But I added this jute twine bow, and I did put in some Spanish moss around the floral bases. And I just think they turned out so cute for fall, nice and cheery and rustic. I love the sunflower and the orange together, and I actually got those little floral bundles at Dollar Tree. And there's my crafting buddy Bobo. He's always around when I'm crafting. He's just one of our 3 cats, but he's the helper. Our next craft is going to be this Cork Pumpkin, and I got this huge bag of corks from my mom because I'm not a wine drinker. But she's been saving for me, and I'm just going to start gluing them together with the hot glue gun. I'm going to do 5 on the bottom row, then 6 on the next row, 7 on the row after that, and then back down to 6, and then back to 5. And it doesn't really matter if they're not the same length because I just need the fronts of them to line up. So you want to make sure you got a nice straight edge on one of the sides. And I did find that the hot glue worked plenty well. You just have to hold it, make sure it's stuck good before you move on to the next one. And I usually take mine apart. These were actually used in another craft I did as well. So, you know, if you want it to be more permanent, you can by all means use some E6000 too. And then after that, you're going to stack each of the rows on top of one another with some glue. And I added a cork kind of tilted to the side on the top for the stem, and I put a little leaf there. And now I'm just taking a little bit of glue, or excuse me, a little bit of paint, And I'm using the light aqua and the peach that are my colors this year. And I'm just dabbing some on randomly. I'm not putting them all over. Of course, you can if you want to. You could make it all a solid color. But I just kind of wanted to do a few for something fun. And then I made a nice thick raffia bow for it. And I'm gluing that on. And I just love this. It's one of my favorites so far this fall. It turned out so cute. You can see how all the corks on this side lined up, and you can't even see what's on the back where I'm going to put it, so I didn't worry about that part. But I love all the different faces on the corks. I love how some of them are different colors, and some have some writing on them. Some have holes in them. Super cute. And our next craft is number 3, and it's going to be this little stack of wooden books. They look like books, but they're made out of pieces of wood. You're just going to want 3 of them cut the same size. Well, the ones I had just happened to be this brown color, so I'm going to leave one of mine brown, but you can always paint it if you need to, or whatever colors you want. And then I've got the light aqua on one, and I've got a light peach on the other one. I used a mixture. Some of them were chalk paint, and then some were acrylics. So either will work. And then I cut these little words out on my Cricut, or you can certainly handwrite them or use stickers. And I put those like they were the titles of the book, so they were on the spine. And then I wrapped around some twine. And you want to make sure that it's not too thick because you want it to sit without being leaning one way or the other. So I've got my leaves, pumpkins, and scarecrows on the spines of the faux books. And then I'm taking this little floral that I got at Dollar Tree and just going to glue him to the top because it just needed a little something extra. So I'm just gluing that with some hot glue. And then I also added a leaf that you'll see here in the final picture. Now, if your floral comes apart, you can always glue each layer separately, which is what I ended up doing. Otherwise, it wasn't going to go clear through. And I think it turned out so cute. It matches perfectly with all my things. I love how it looks rustic with just that one coat of paint. And I left the ends bare because it looks more like a book, I think. But you can paint yours however you want. And our last craft in this video is going to be a cone that looks like candy corn. So I'm going to start by just gluing on this yarn at the bottom. And this cone was a little deformed, but I got, with some glue, you can work around it pretty easily. And then you just want to start wrapping. So it's very simple to do. It just takes a little time. And you're going to want to make sure you get all of the cone covered. So since I'm not doing the traditional black, white, orange, green colors, I am doing this like a light, very light pale yellow. And then I've got more of a rusty burnt orange that'll go in the middle and a white for the top. So each layer you're just going to want to start gluing. And then you're going to end each layer with glue, or I should say each color of yarn, end each color with glue. And we'll get this orange done here and get it glued down. Now the white one, I didn't go up all the way to the very tip top because these didn't have a very good point on them. They were kind of broken off. So I just stopped a little bit before, and I'm just going to cut off the very, very tops after I get the yarn on, because I'm going to be putting a little bow up there and it's not going to be visible. If yours has the cone go all the way up to a point, then you know you can probably get the yarn up there a little easier than this one was going to be. So the small one I decided to do to bring in the other colors I have for fall. So I'm doing some white, and then I'm going to do that light aqua color, and then I'm going to do a little bit of orange that I had left for the top. And I ran out of orange and couldn't go up very far, but sometimes you just work with what you got. And honestly, by the time I got the bow on, it's not very noticeable. And I just love how it looks with my little book stack there. So that was our 4 crafts for today. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, or which one you might try making. I like to learn about all of you, so please feel free to comment, and I try to answer everyone as soon as I can. And I thank everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!